Being live streamed. Got it?
Mm-hmm.
I will get that. Oh, wait. As soon as I get done. Look at us.
It's you. So proud.
Yeah, it's going to be one of those nights. All right. Come on in, guys.
Welcome to class tonight.
Yeah, welcome to class.
Or support group anyway.
Right, yes. Class tomorrow night, support group tonight. Hope we get Sandy back in. We'll give us a minute to try to get her in. Is she okay?
I think so.
All right, we'll get going while he works on trying to get Sandy back. Come on in, everybody. Come in and say hi. Let us know how you're doing. Like I said, I'll apologize. My back is out, so I'm on Advil, and that's usually not a fun thing. So, okay, our big weekend. Let me come in first of all. Tell you how everything is going. We're getting ready to jump in. Well, we already started our 72. We're going for 72. We're going to finish up with. If I can't make it, we're going to finish up with those lovely sardines. So it is what it is. We're off and running again. So we're going to give it a shot and see how everything goes. What else? Anything exciting? We had a great night out with Patrick.
Oh, Patrick, yes.
Patrick Vassar.
Patrick Vassar from Drboz's Neurons.
So we all kind of figured out that we live a little closer than we realized. And we met up for dinner and had a really nice dinner. Just cool guy. So we had fun. So it was nice to get to meet up with some like-minded people. And
I would love to get him and Kevin together.
Right, all the numbers. They're numbers guys.
Oh, Patrick is an engineer. Like his brain engineer brain.
It's so cool to watch.
And it's so neat. I mean, he's just on it. He's got a spreadsheet for everything.
Yeah.
It's just neat. So that was cool for us. And we just laid low, trying to get through the week, trying to regroup and everything as we move forward into the week coming. We got class tomorrow night for the one we missed last week and everything. So I want to talk with all my veterans tomorrow night. But for tonight, we're just going to check in real quick, see how everybody's doing, see what we can help you with, and get everybody going. Who wants to come in and check in? Come on, Wayne, start up. You might as well head it off. Come and tell us how you're doing.
Not doing too badly. I've had a couple 72s in a row this last 2 weeks, and my numbers have been responding pretty good. I started another one today. My ketones dropped through the floor overnight, but I have a little bit of a sinus infection, something or other. So I'm going to blame it on that and not worry about it.
Yeah.
And just assume that the fast will respond and get those numbers back to where they should be. So I guess that's just a lesson, just anything can throw you off. So I'm not going to worry about it.
Yep.
Absolutely.
So true. Anybody that's seen the post that Wayne put up in the group over there, his numbers are phenomenal. And he is the perfect example of what persistence shows and does. That it is learning to, hi, Virginia, glad you made it, honey. Good to see you. Missed ya. His numbers are so good and have come so far, but he works at it continually. So it's one of those, it's learning, and his body didn't jump in easy. His body is one of them. He's had to do the work. He's had to take the keto continuum steps one at a time, wait for his body to kick in, push forward, wait again for his body to kick in and push forward. So, but it's just neat to see that the persistence pays off. The persistence is the key here that is going to make everything work. And again, Wayne, we're just so proud of you, and you've done great. So I can't wait.
Well, the reason I put that up there was, again, you say my numbers are great, but my numbers are my numbers. Everybody's numbers are different. And,
Yep.
For me to be, if I'm not fasting, if my morning glucose comes in, around 110 at this point, I'm saying that's good, because it's
Right.
not 140 anymore
Yep.
or higher. But the graph I put up on Facebook, I put it up on both your page and the Neurons page. I mean, it was a textbook graph where it showed that consistently from fast to fast, the numbers progressively improved.
Yep.
So, I've been doing this pretty consistently since last August. And, you can't get discouraged if you're 6 weeks in and you're not seeing where you want to be.
Absolutely.
Right? And the worst thing you can do is lose faith and just stop, because that's just going to put you back to where you were. You gotta gut it out. And okay, 6 months from now, if you're still not where you need to be, then maybe there needs to be some tweaks, but you got to give it some time.
Yep. And going slow. And I think that is, again, you're hey, Chris, God made it. You're the perfect example of waiting that out and working it out and working through those bumps, because so many of the bumps in the road, that is when people jump off and don't realize it's, this is a multi-step process, and your body don't just give you, so many people just say, give me tell me what to do. It's like, well, what you do right now is going to be different than what you do next week. And, that changes as your chemistry shift changes. And I'm just glad, Wayne, again, your numbers for where you started from, your numbers are phenomenal.
Oh, yeah.
And I think that's what gives people hope, is to realize you were in the 200 club, you were, 140 glucoses and stuff like that. And it's like, to see that graph and see that gradual drop in that is just showing exactly what this program can do when you wait it out and you get persistent and bullheaded and work through the struggles and just do it.
Yep. And you got to,
that's
you
called
got to
determination.
Yeah. And you got to keep talking to yourself and listening to other people in the groups. Because don't get me wrong, I'm completely discouraged at times too. Yep. I was very disappointed when I saw my ketones came in at 0.3 this morning, and I'm like, what the heck?
Yeah,
that makes no sense. And then I'm like, well, maybe I got a bunch of white blood cells messing up here with this infection or whatever the heck I got. So
and sometimes I think those numbers will actually tell you got something going on before you realize you got something going on sometimes, because we'll fight through a sickness or an illness or something, and your body's in there fighting. So, again, using up those ketones to fight. So again, good for you. Stay the course. Any questions?
And I'm sticking to it.
Yep.
That's right.
Anything we can help you with?
Nope. Just plodding along.
Okay. It's a date. We're still going to meet up for dinner with you guys yet too. Gotta get everybody that's close. Everybody, we can do this. All right.
That's right.
Virginia, come and check in. Tell us how you're doing. I haven't heard from you for so long.
Well, I've been gone. I was on a month-long cruise to Antarctica over Christmas time.
Oh my gosh.
And I only gained 11 pounds. That's pretty good. Usually it's a pound a day.
Hey, that's a chance of a lifetime. So
and I've lost a few of those, but I'm working on it, and I'm back to fasting today.
Good.
I went to a Japanese steakhouse, the ones where they like the Kobe steakhouse where they do, and I didn't eat any rice and I didn't eat any noodles, but I did have the vegetables and a 5-ounce steak and a salad. And of course, no sake, which I don't even like anyhow, but I've started. And so I'm still totally full. That was at 2:00 this afternoon. I said, oh my goodness, I wasn't even sure I could take communion at church tonight. But I did, because that's what I do. But we had a service the other night, a Bible study on Thursday nights. We have our midweek on Thursday instead of Wednesdays. And they were saying the 3 things that the Lord asks you to do is to give to the needy, to pray, not out loud like everybody can hear you, pray in your room, just you and God, and fast. Yep. I said, okay, I'm fasting. I'm not gonna follow those. And I give to the needy when I see people on the street, and I pray in my bed and beside my bed at night. And a lot of times when I'm driving, I'm praying. Right. Open.
Hey,
so I'm gonna fast. So
good. And that's something we all can do. And I think as you get your chemistry right and we all can push into those fasts, I'm amazed at how much we keep talking about this. And I was just talking about with our pastor's wife, we keep talking about how much this journey of your diet, of your food, whatever you want to call it, your lifestyle, how it all ties into your spiritual life as well.
Exactly.
The discipline, the pruning, the fasting, the everything ties into your faith of, there's some things you just wouldn't dream of doing and stepping outside of God's realm and underneath that umbrella. And I think it's just so cool to see it's those same simple answers for our lifestyle, for what we put in our body.
I mean, our body is our temple, and we need to treat it well. Even Dr. Boz says when she gives a spiritual reason for her fasting, it goes so much easier.
Yep.
It just is easy. She doesn't think about it for herself, but she thinks about it in God's way. So
yep. What a blessing. Well, Virginia, we're glad you're back, and don't worry about those 11 pounds you got to enjoy.
Oh no, I've already lost the water weight. I mean, the swollen ankles are already gone.
Good
deal.
Good job. I hope you enjoyed your trip.
Oh, very much so. Oh, that was so awesome. Anybody that ever gets a chance, it's just, I've been to Alaska a couple of times and it's beautiful, but this is beautiful like 12 times.
So it's like cold the whole time though?
No, well, we went to Buenos Aires and it was summertime, so it was really hot in Buenos Aires. And then we cruised around and down around the peninsulas of the northern part of Antarctica for 4 days. Now, out on the deck of the ship, it was very cold there. And then we cruised back up to Santiago, Chile, and it was hot there. So
Wow.
it was like a 24-day cruise. It was just beautiful. But for the 4 days was very cold if you went out on the decks. Really beautiful. So we bundled up. So it was hard to pack because you had to pack for hot and cold. But I did.
Did you get off the ship in Antarctica, or just?
No, this was a bigger ship. It was a Holland America ship. It wasn't one of the smaller research ships or anything like that. So no, we didn't didn't have boots on the ground in Antarctica. But boy, we got very close though. It was beautiful.
Okay.
Lots of whales we saw.
Oh wow, very cool.
Oh,
lots and lots of penguins. They were so cute. And albatross. And just amazing. Beautiful.
Neat. That's awesome. What an experience. That'd be awesome.
Yes.
Very much so.
Yeah.
It's a
Put
lifetime.
Think of how they eat up there though. Yeah. So all that good stuff. All right. Good job. Come on in. You want to come and jump in, Linda and Rob? I see you guys laughing at us. Come on.
I know. You didn't see any balloons down in Antarctica, did you?
Right. No, they're all over here. Right. Come on in. Tell us how you're doing. What's going on?
Well, my numbers are shifting, and I don't know. I just feel like I've been on a slippery slope here for a couple of weeks, and emotional. Oh my gosh!
You're not alone. You are not alone. First of all, just know some of us, Deb shaking her head too. Some of us that just come off that 21-day with Dr. Boz. All of them, when you first end that group, you're fired up and ready and things are going and you got that group and that camaraderie that you're dealing with the group every day. You're meeting with like-minded people, and that's always such a help. And you come off of that and reality kicks back in, and you're far enough in, Linda, that now you're going to be dealing with those long-term addictions. You're breaking those neural pathways in the brain of your old coping skills and the things you used to turn to when you stressed or you're tired or you're just upset or your hormones are fluctuating, whatever. You're turning, you're having to learn to turn a new direction. You're having to learn to be purposeful when you're having those. So don't get discouraged. It's same thing. Wayne, he went through that with Vicky and stuff too. They still fight it too. It's one of those, it's those moments of those of us that are in this for the long haul. You got to learn to work through those things, and it takes time. That's not one of those things I can say it's just in your head. It's just you having a moment. No, it's truly in your head because it's hard, and it's breaking that addiction. And I think,
yep.
And what Wayne said earlier, thank you, Wayne. That's helpful because he said, some of you are about 6 weeks in,
Yep.
Maybe things don't go the way you want them to, but your body is changing, your body is adapting. So be patient with it and persevere. Thank you, Wayne.
Absolutely. And just know those things don't go away overnight. And it took years to build those addictions. It took years to get that repetition in your brain and get that neural pathway. We're breaking a lot of, not just addictions to the actual food, but we're breaking those mindsets of, food's been our praise, food's been our comfort, food's been our coping, food has been everything. And
so many different things.
Yeah. And, Lance is having some struggles, and it's even that same thing with him. And it's like you learn, you see where these childhood, memories, thoughts, actions all come up.
It's just what you've learned. It's learned behavior. It's learned culture that you grew up in, and how much that is now different. And you trying to change that, it is an uphill battle. It's a big staircase that you have to walk up one step at a time.
and you'll get through it and you'll think you're at a level where you can kind of relax a little bit,
And then
and something will stir up.
you'll walk about, you'll go down the hallway, and all of a sudden at the end of that hallway, look up and you'll see another staircase that you got to go up. And it's frustrating. It is. So you're not alone. Definitely not alone. Even, I've been doing it for what, 4 years now. And I have my moments as well. So it's not easy.
I can't read that.
No. So hear that, Chris?
Any specific questions, Linda? Anything that are you worried about anything, or is it just, are you at a spot, are your numbers going backwards that you think you need to re-stress your body?
Yeah, I think they're going backwards.
Okay. So the good sign in that means what you were doing has now stopped working, which means it's time to take you to the next level.
Another step.
Joy,
but I'm hungry all the time.
Okay, so that's we'll work on that tomorrow night. That's working on your fat-based hormones. That's getting all the fats in you. That we need to check and see why you're hungry. First of all, if you're truly hungry, or is it the mental game? Is there stress going on in your life? Are you upset about something? Is there anything outside, or are you truly hungry?
Yeah, I don't know.
So we'll try to work through some of that, because that's some of the things we're going to have to figure out, because you're about that 6-week mark in. You're at the part now where it's getting real. So normally at the end of 6 weeks, by now, everybody kind of starts backing off, and it's the funds wore off. It's
from, feeling those hunger pains. Before you felt those hunger pains, you put something in your mouth and you satisfied it. That has been repeated so many times. Now you're coming to the point where you're telling yourself, I really don't want to put something there. And your body keeps telling you, hey, you're supposed to put something here. You're supposed to put something here. So you're actually training your body to get past that point a little bit. So you have to decipher if you're truly hungry, or if it's your mind making you hungry. Even though your mind is telling yourself, no, I need to push forward, or I'm not hungry because of this. Your body's telling you, you used to feed me at this point. So you have to get over that hump a little bit,
and that's exactly what Lance is struggling with as well. And, it's one of those, and it's hard for him. We weren't big snackers in our house growing up.
Oh my gosh, I was a snacker.
He can't
all day.
He struggles with when he's walking past food.
All day. I could snack all day. From morning till night. And
you don't realize how hard those little habits are to break. And it's sad, because I think some of that is just embedded in us as we grow up, and as we, our food, how we reward our kids, how, if they're bored, you eat. If you're bored, it doesn't matter. It's like, throw any word you want at it. Food's the answer to it. Doesn't matter if you're celebrating, if you're weeping, if you're upset, if you're hormonal, if you're ticked, whatever. The answer always seemed to be, okay, well, there's something we can eat to make that feel better.
I used to chew gum a lot. I used to, mints, nuts, snacky things, something some kind of oral fixation that I needed. You know what I mean? I used to chew on my tongue, or I used to stick my tongue out when I would be working on something. When I was a kid, something with that is what I'm trying to break. Even now as an adult. So it goes that far back.
Okay.
But Linda, I guess the point in that is just, you got to stay the course. You just got to hold tight, let your body do what it's got to do. Again, you've built these habits up for years. So, and decades. So you're breaking lifestyle habits, you're breaking your whole body is changing. So give it some grace. You've done so well. Your numbers are good. If your numbers are starting to tank, then we'll figure it out and see what your next level is going to be to take you to. And it just means we'll stress you again. We'll stress you at the next level. And that's okay. That's a win. That means you're going up another group of steps,
I'll let you stress her. I won't stress her.
No, you get to hug her and make her feel better.
That's right.
Without feeding her.
But hey, Lance, can I throw a question in there?
Yeah, man.
Just because this is so applicable to what you were just talking about. I mess around on YouTube listening to videos of different things, and there was a Boz one I was listening to recently that was talking about gum and getting people off of addictions of gum, because people get a a insulin response, even if there's no sugar, just from the act of chewing.
Yep.
So I've always had the same issue as well. And I'm just wondering if literally if you had something as stupid as a toothpick in your mouth, you could get a response.
Possibly you can, because it's the reaction of your body. When you put something in your mouth, it starts a chain of events.
Those enzymes come out, everything
in your system that goes from your mind to your stomach to it just starts the system off.
I bet it would, Wayne, because think of this. Remember when
I believe it would.
At fall time, when everybody comes out with the pumpkin spice candles and all of that, I had to act like, no, like I had to get rid of them. I swear to God, like they made me made me want apple pie and pumpkin spice. And,
the actual smell of it.
Yeah. Just the smell of the candles and the wax burners and all that, all those kind of things. And I'm like,
she didn't put a food in her mouth and her glucose went up.
It's like,
or, you got an insulin response from
that. I get that feeling of, oh, I want that. And it made it harder. So it's like, I don't buy food candles anymore. I don't buy food, anything.
But I would say yes. I mean, I think it would.
Yeah, I bet it would.
That'd be interesting.
We'll have to do some testing. That'll be on our. Good job. Debbie, you want to come on in?
Which Debbie?
Oh, how many Debbies
we have? Two Debbies. We have Deb Howard. We have Debbie Dooley.
Deb's busy. Let's go.
Or Dudley. Debbie. I'm sorry. Can't read either.
Oh, you're still muted, Debbie.
Again. There you go.
There you go.
I'm doing good. Not much going on. I just started a fast at 3:00 today. So.
Well, Debbie's one of them that just come off the 21-day course with Boz. And she's the one that's just agreed to move forward and take over my little group of our people that we had. So yeah, so Debbie is jumping in, and you know how we all say, if you can't, if there's nobody around you, if a group you can fit into, then it means you need to start one on your own. And Miss Debbie jumped in, and she's fronting the group with the little core people from our 21-day course. So Debbie, I'm just proud of you and thank you so much.
It's awesome.
And that is, all of you, any of you that are struggling, the easiest way to help yourself over a hump.
Get with like-minded people.
Yep.
That's a great help.
It is. And there's something about when you lead a group, it holds you a little bit more accountable. But it is so refreshing. Just like going to dinner with Patrick the other night. It is so refreshing to sit down at a dinner table that you don't have to answer to anybody. You don't have to make stupid comments and why you eat this and why you're pulling your salt out of your purse. And,
it was funny because both of them pulled the Redmond salt out at the same time. And Patrick's is like 2 times bigger than hers.
But it was so refreshing, and there was something so enlightening about being able to do that. So Debbie, just again, all of you, any of you, if you have a church group, if you have, a family, you guys have family dinner on Sunday, if that want to do it with you, have a meeting, make it, you guys be a support group. We'll come and help you if you need help. We'll get you going. But being with like-minded people is such a blessing. So thank you, Debbie, for doing that. But
you're welcome.
And Debbie is one of them that struggled at the beginning of the 21-day as well. She went through a big time illness. She didn't jump right on easy. She was really sick there for a few days and her body kicked in. You want to share a little bit how you got through it?
Yeah, well, I couldn't do the sardine challenge at first because I got sick that night. So I just I couldn't hardly eat anything. So then by Thursday I was better and did the sardines, and my numbers went from really beginners, really, really nothing. And I'm having pretty good numbers. I've been over 2 my ketones have been over 2 since like the 5th day. So
nice.
Yeah, I'm really happy about that. So
what's your DVRs running?
The very last one I took was 29. So yeah.
And Debbie was one of those people that didn't.
Wayne throws his hands. Really?
Yeah, my first one was 1100, so I came a long way.
That's awesome.
But again, Debbie, you're the perfect example of even to get through a sickness. When I was on with Debbie coaching that course, it was reminding her you're already sick. Your body needs help. This is the perfect time to fast. Your belly don't want anything in it anyways. So she did the bone broth and did some loving on herself and just got through the illness, let that pass, let it get through her. but it may help make her numbers. She was ready for some sardines and some
I
ketones.
can't wait.
Right.
I can't wait to see what time does for her
Yeah.
Right.
to stay there and get that consistency and, push through your plateaus as you go. You seem to be like you're on fire right now, and just, I want to see where that takes you. That'd be cool.
Yep.
Yeah, this is my third fast, but after I haven't lost any weight in the last 2 weeks though. I lost about 14 pounds quick, and then the weight hasn't gone at all, but clothes
Just
are fitting
wait.
looser, so I know there's some inches going away, but
I think the biggest thing is what we found is you do the 8 weeks of 72-hour fast, some change will happen. It's not until that second or third time that you do that all of a sudden your body says, all right, I'm changing all over. And it just, whoosh, the change just happens. It's amazing.
Well, let me kind of jump in.
You did too. Don't even give me that.
yeah,
His
he's a
jumps
guy.
in and
He's a
goes.
guy.
I probably did mine on the second time through. Hers was the third time.
It's just that it's slower for us. It really is. And it's just one of those, but just know this, I don't lose weight easy either, but I will tell you my inches go down.
Yep.
It's just, the inflammation I can tell,
And I feel better. That's the main thing. I feel a lot better.
Yep.
So,
yep.
That's the other thing, a good point there too. Measure. Make sure you measure. Pay attention.
Take pictures and measure for yourself. Nobody has to see them. If you don't want to share them, that's fine, but take them for yourself. Because I'm a big one on my weight doesn't fluctuate that easy.
Pay attention to how your clothes
But
fit.
my cheeks do,
yeah.
and my butt does, so you will figure all those things out, but you'll get to see how far you've come. And I was just doing my first blog. Everybody, if you want to go over to the website, we just got the first blog, and I did a gratitude one to Drboz, and it's our old pictures of when we first started. And you don't think how far you've come, because I still have weight to lose. I still struggle and have inflammation. And I put those pictures up and they almost make me cry, because it's like, wow, you just don't realize how inflamed you are. Every inch of my body, my face, my arms, you can just see the inflammation on my body. And it's those kind of things that when you start working through that and it starts condensing down, it's slow and it's hard and it's frustrating and it's all of the above. But Debbie, just stick with it, because you'll get there. Your body's healing on the inside. And that's what Boz even keeps telling me is, don't worry about the weight. At one point, she even told me she didn't care if I gained another 20 pounds. It's not about the number on the scales. It's about what's going on inside. And your chemistry is killing it. So whatever those stupid little, God love those little yummy sardines.
I'm going to tell you something. You said sardines, and we had some this afternoon. I think I got an insulin response when you said sardines, because I know what I did to mine. And I really liked them today for some reason. And it was just, I was like, oh yeah, sardines. That sounds good. She's going to smack me. She really is.
I'm trying to speak positively of them things. I love what they do for my body. Let's put it that way. So I love it. Any questions, Deb? Anything we can help you with this week?
No, I'm good right now. Thank you.
Stay the course, hon. You got this.
Thanks.
All right,
Deb Howard.
You're free now. Come on in. We got another one. Deb's another one from our 21-day course that was off the rails when we started and had it all woed in. So she was you were one over the 200 club, and look at you.
I sure was.
Look at you now. So how's it going? Tell me what's going on.
So my numbers are really good. I just finished my third 72 fast, and we'll just leave it between me, myself, and I whether or not it's considered clean to you.
Any Pepsi involved?
I'm not. No comment.
She's the only person I know that can drink a Pepsi and still have fantastic numbers.
A diet Pepsi.
Okay.
Diet Pepsi. It was a diet Pepsi. Come on.
That's a win then. We're going to take that until that doesn't work for it.
All right. My DVR was 23, and
Drinking Pepsi because of 23.
Not 19, 13.
Good night.
29. So I'm pleased as punch with my numbers, because I've got a lot of work to yeah, when you said weeks, no, I got decades that I've got to clean up.
Right? We all
Right?
do.
But down that low, you are building cells, man.
You're cleaning house.
making new ones.
You are cleaning house. And I think, again, that's the beauty and the difference of what we do with drboz. Everybody can do keto, drop your carbs down, go out on the internet, find some things to do, but to be able to apply them step by step by step when our brains are broken, when we don't feel good, when we don't know what we're doing, when we don't have the time or energy to don't go gather up 50 million videos, not sure which ones pertain to me, which ones pertain to him, whatever. That is so hard to do. That is what I love about taking it step by step. And now knowing how to read your chemistry step by step through. Once you get that mastered,
I can't believe the amount of healing that's probably happening inside your body. That would be phenomenal to see.
Right? Yeah, I'm excited about that.
So do what you're doing until it stops working.
Right.
Yes. Well, I'll tell
Or
you,
you
I just leave me alone about the Pepsi for
Right?
the moment.
It's working right now, so I'm not saying a word.
Roll.
Enjoy it while you can, because I'm sure it will go.
Yeah, it's gonna leave. I know. I told my husband, don't buy me anymore. So I do have a question of what I think is happening, but I would like your opinion if you have ever heard of this. So last night I was really hungry and it was way out of my eating window. But I said, I don't care. I'm eating it. And so I went and got 2 cheese sticks, right? You know, those things that kids play with. Well, anyway, I got 2 of them. I ate them. When I woke up this morning, my face was so swollen. So I'm wondering if I have some kind of sensitivity to cheese.
Could be dairy. Could be.
Well, dairy, yeah.
There could be a couple different things in there.
If the cheese was processed at all, and it could be you had a later eating window, you ate outside your window when you're not used to that. So that'll cause inflammation. I mean, I can tell instantly with my rings if my rings fit or not. Instantly, if I've ate late and had inflammation. So if yours shows up in your face and you can feel that outside your eating window, check with dairy. I would put dairy in your eating window and then check your numbers again next time and see if that's bothering you.
It's never bothered me in my eating window.
Okay.
I've only noticed this twice, and it's both been outside my eating window.
Well, I think your answer to that, you just answered your own question.
Just answered your own question. Don't eat outside
I
your
know,
window.
don't eat. But I was so hungry.
Stay
And
inside that.
Pick something
I
different.
have a scoop of butter with some salt on it.
Okay, I can do that. I love butter.
Oh, dude.
When it's outside your eating window, do the least damage as possible if you have to eat. If you're going to do it,
Fat first.
fat first.
Yeah, well, I had so much trouble yesterday, and thank you for your help. I had so much trouble. I just wanted to mouge out any Lay's potato chips I could find, any junk food.
That was good
right?
choice.
And then I thought, Debbie, you've worked so hard. You're not going to do that to yourself. But I really wanted to. And nobody was here. It had to be me, myself, and I talking to each other. And I did it. But let me tell you, that was hard.
Mm-hmm.
And it's more people than not right now. It seems to be a pattern through the groups right now. We're in the season. We got started the first of the year. Things are going good. That 4 to 6 weeks in again, everybody jump starts at the first of the year, 4 to 6 weeks. That's why I usually run my program 6 weeks and 12 weeks, because 6 weeks is a marker. It seems to be, it's not just you. It gets hard. I think it's your body's last push of trying to push you into those old habits, push you back to where most people jump off.
Where are you located where are you located? Is it still winter? Kind of dreary?
Oh yeah. We're
and I think that's today. A lot.
I'm in Alberta.
That plays a lot into it because that's when you used to be inside the house. What did you do? You snacked, you munched, you did it. You can't get out and get away from it.
It is so much easier for us when we can go boating at night or get busy and do something outside. I hate winter. I don't go out in the cold.
Thick and dark.
He goes to work and it's dark and he comes home and it's dark, and that's hard to deal with, So Deb, you're not alone. First of all, it's not you, but this is the time where The rubber meets the road.
You're going to have cravings like that during this kind of season. I mean,
that is where, first of all, these salt rocks lay around like geodes around my house, like decoration. You got to dust them off sometimes, but these salt rocks, they'll kill a craving, because I want you doing the left-hand loops. I want you journaling. And the other big thing on when you're hungry like that, get a journal. And I know it sounds so silly. And if any of you haven't taken the brains course, it may not make sense, but just trust me on this. And this is coming from Boz, not just me. Left-hand loops in a journal, writing in cursive your journal. Do those things. That helps calm the brain down. It connects everything in the brain, gets everything moving. But it's such a blessing to be able to do that, because what I want you to really truly work on is, what are you feeling? Most of the time, you're probably not hungry if you ate enough nutrition. Lance is practicing his cursive and his left hand.
Very nice.
I actually had to look up some letters. I couldn't remember how to write them in cursive, and my mom's an elementary school teacher.
Oh no!
And she's adamant on all the grandkids no cursive.
But it's amazing what it does for you. I actually had to calm down. I slowed down. I actually slowed my brain down enough to write in cursive.
But I keep forgetting that one. And I knew I was not hungry. I was not hungry. There's a difference.
But there's something going on. If it's not truly hungry, are you sad? Are you lonely? Are you bored?
Yes,
I want you to dig deep. I want you to dig and figure out what it is. And then we'll deal with what it is. It's not just, I'm really lonely. Fluff that off. I'm lonely, but figure it out then.
That works against you.
Whatever you're truly feeling in there is what's pushing you to food. Again, that's that old neuro pathway of, this was how I coped. This is my happiness. This was all of it. You can do this. And again, those of us that are in winter still, it just sucks right now. It's cold, it's tiring, it's dark. I went outside. We need some sunshine, all of that, but be mindful when you're having those moments, and you need to sit down with your journal, go find a moment, do a Bible study, do something that soothes your soul.
Yep.
Another thing I love is pick up a habit, a good habit, a good habit. If I like knitting, I like crocheting, I like journaling, scrapbooking. Do something you enjoy. Call a friend, call your kids, whatever. Do something that's going to release a dopamine response in your brain.
Yep.
I think I would have to purposely do that, because when I'm like that, and typically I have found a correlation between, once my blood pressure hits 130, I feel sad, I feel depressed, I feel everything bad about the world, everything bad about my life. And it was like that yesterday. And I haven't had it be high like that since I got off my meds doing keto. So it hasn't been that way for a long time, to the point where I didn't recognize the idea that, go take your blood pressure and find out. But that definitely is a correlation.
Yeah.
There you go.
So work through those things.
Learning something then.
Work through it. And if you need to push yourself, when your blood pressure's up there and you're getting there, do something that you can succeed at. Do something. Or the other thing, when I have those down days, I just need to go to sleep.
Somehow taps out.
I have to tap out, even if I don't.
She shuts the phone off. Sorry, guys, but she shuts the phone off. Out. Do not disturb. Boom. She has to recharge.
I have to.
That's mine. Yeah, that's mine.
And that's not a bad thing. I just
go to sleep.
Yep.
Yeah. And I've never been a napper, so it's weird for me to want to lay down and take a nap.
Now.
I don't know if it's since my heart attack that it's like I'm just drained. I'm tired. And instead of snacking or instead of doing something like that, I may only doze off for 20 minutes. I mean, it's not like I lay down and crash, but I have to get to that doze part. And I don't know what resets in my brain, but I wake up and I'm good then. And then it don't bother me.
Then she goes till midnight.
Yeah. I'm back. Now we're back on autopilot.
Okay. Well, thank you so much.
You're welcome. Hang in there. That's what your group's for. Yep.
No, you're fine.
That's what our group's for. All right, come
Good
on,
job,
Chris, come say hi. Come and check in. Tell us what's going on. Are you ready to jump in with both feet?
Of course, absolutely, I am. And it's funny you mentioned that. I was just talking to my mom about it yesterday.
Hi, Chris.
Hi,
Mom. Hi, Dad. So I was texting my mom yesterday morning, just asking all kinds of questions.
Yeah.
And and I think I am fully ready to commit. I woke up a few days ago and my left ankle was swollen and it was just really painful to walk on. And, I had the neuropathy issues I was telling you about the last time we met. And I think I'm just ready. I'm just tired of my feet hurting and not being able to walk and just feeling exhausted, drained. I have cut back on like my carb intake and my soda intake for the better part of probably about a year now. But I'm just ready to cut all that stuff out and not feel bad all the time. So
Chris,
I'm excited.
I just want to tell you, first of all, the neuropathy, I feel for you, dude. I really do. I mean, I've had natural childbirth. I've had chemo put in me, mastectomy, radiated. I've had so many torture things done to my body. And I think the most maddening one done to me is neuropathy, is the most maddening pain I've ever had in my life. I mean, anybody that's had nerve pain like that, that you can't, that don't compare to any other pain.
Stretch it. You can't.
It doesn't go
take
away.
enough for it. There ain't. Don't go away.
I mean, I took 120 milligrams of Oxycontin every day, all day.
Oh, wow.
With Dilaudid for my breakthrough pain every day of my life.
With a Dilaudid chaser.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, Oxy for the long-term pain and Dilaudid for the breakthrough pain. And it just, I still would crawl to the bathroom.
Oh my goodness.
I mean, it's awful. So
but still couldn't walk.
I feel for you, Chris. This is the only thing that ever worked for me.
Okay.
The only thing that is why when you hear us being kind of sarcastic over the, do you want a pizza or do you want to walk? Do you, do you want to sit at the table with your kids and enjoy a dinner or do you want pizza?
It sounds like an extreme,
and that's truly how I look at it.
Really not. She looks at it in that sense.
I mean, I had a girl at church today that needs to do it, that's having some health issues, and she needs to just jump in. And she's like, I just don't think I can do it. And it's like, you're going to die. So look up from the table. Do you think anybody, I keep coming back to this. Do you think anybody in your life, your mom and dad are sitting there looking at you? Your wife and kids are going to be looking at you. Do you think any of them really care what's on your plate? Or do they care that you're sitting there?
Or what's on theirs?
Right.
And if you have to make that choice is that easy to me. I want to be here for my kids, and I make that decision at every meal. I think of it as when I sit down at this table, is this meal serving me to be here with my husband and my kids again? That's how I make every decision. And I hate to sound so extreme, like I know food's enjoyment. No, it's not to me anymore. Food is my nourishment. Not that I will never enjoy food, but I enjoy that ribeye when it's going down.
Absolutely.
You learn a whole new affection and a whole new appreciation for food. But Chris, as far as the neuropathy goes, when you wake up and you just hurt, there is no price for that.
And when you find something that actually doesn't make you hurt anymore, something that you've done, that will reinforce that so much that there ain't no way that you'll quit.
Okay.
I mean, I can't even tell you the last time we had a pizza. Like, I can't even, I mean, well, yeah, I can. My uncle's birthday.
I was gonna say uncle's birthday, but that was that was something we chose to do, and I think you even just ate the topping.
I just ate the top off of it, but it's still those things that you're going to make those choices, Chris. And when you hurt that bad, those choices get easier and easier to make because they will change your life. They will the pain is your choice. You're facilitating the pain, what your body needs to keep that pain going. So stop facilitating it. Or stop, turn it around. You can do that. And I guess if I can tell you anything, take your power back. Because how many times you've been told neuropathy is permanent? I was told that for 18 years. My neuropathy is not gone. It's not gone.
I remember.
I wore heels to church this morning and came home hobbling up the steps. But you know how long it's took? I've been 18 years that I had to wear tennis shoes every day. That I couldn't. I would dress up to go to my kids' wedding.
She would walk on the outside edges of her feet. She couldn't put her arches in. She couldn't put it flat on the floor because she would roll on the outside of her feet.
So my feet went. Walk. So my feet.
She did it.
It was awful.
Oh.
So I mean,
sounds terrible, right?
But Chris, I just say that because I feel for you, and I am telling you, to be told you can't do anything about it. First of all, I'm calling BS. You can. You just got to jump in and do it. And you got to eliminate the carbs and sugar, period. Look up some carnivore. If I was going to give you any advice at all, I would say cut the crap. If you're going to jump, let's jump.
Okay.
Eat the meat, add fat.
And put fat on your meat. Yep.
And eliminate everything else. That's what's going to heal your nerves.
If you want to go for a snack, grab a meat
stick
of some kind. Don't matter.
Okay.
Your leftover steak from last night.
Yep.
Chew on
Perfect.
that bone.
If there's
I can certainly do that.
Or a stick of butter.
butter.
Butter and salt, bacon grease.
I remember I used to walk through the kitchen and grab a spoon and just take a slice off the butter and go, whoop.
He did that for a while at the beginning. At the beginning, when he wanted snacks, we went through Kerrygold butter like it was going out of style.
Okay. Wow.
You salt that butter up. It's actually it's pretty tasty now.
It's really good.
Okay.
I found also if you have a sore throat, instead of putting a cough drop in your mouth, suck on some cold butter. It'll coat your throat with some fat, and it helps relieve.
I thought you were going to say the salt, but that's a good one.
Good call.
Nice one.
So I do have a question about I heard you guys talking about the sardines and stuff. Like, I'm not a seafood guy. Like, I've never liked it since my parents tortured me with it when I was younger.
Busted.
I swear, we had tuna casserole every night except for Thanksgiving and our birthdays. We were allowed to have pizza, but there was tuna casserole.
Yep. Tuna noodle casserole.
Noodle casserole.
So I take fish oil. And I was telling my mom I take fish oil, and she said that it wasn't as beneficial as it claims to be.
There's so many things out there that are going to blow your mind.
Okay.
The fish oils and some of them go rancid. The research, that's why we're saying so much of it is get the whole foods in you. Eat the whole food. Then we'll supplement later with what you need.
Okay.
But get those whole foods in you. I hate the sardines. I'm telling you, I chuck them.
Yeah.
We didn't start with sardines. Don't get us wrong. We're down the ways a little ways. We're looking to refine and get really tight on what we put in our mouth, and it needs to be the most of all the nutrition and everything that we need. We're looking for each bite to be packed full of everything we can get it packed full of. You have to start somewhere. Start with something you like. Start with a meat that you like and add fat to it. So if you don't like sardines right now, it's not to say that you won't later, because you'll see the benefit of what you've done. It'll be a positive reinforcement.
Yep.
And you'll get to the point where at some day you may eat sardines.
I'm going to like them
I
someday.
said no. I said no.
Because he had the tuna noodle.
I eat 2 cans every time I can.
It's Tabasco.
A little bit of hot sauce on it, a little bit of I drizzled bacon grease on it today from the bacon grease that we had in the pan of the bacon we just cooked.
Yeah.
But the bacon on the plate, took the pan and then dumped it on my sardines, added just a hair of mustard, and that's why I got a response from when Debbie Dudley said sardines. I was like, yeah.
But what he's saying, start with where you can start. I don't care what meat it is.
Start.
I used to cook up 5-6 pounds of ground beef at a time, and I would get our ground beef made with 10 pounds of ground beef with 3 pounds of liver double ground in it. I would have our butcher grind them together. Okay. And I will tell you, even with my grandkids and my man-child of a son comes over, and he's the one that we've guinea pigged on everything. I've guinea pigged on this poor kid since he was born.
Yeah.
Right. But if I stay at that ratio with the burger, I would fry out 5-6 pounds of beef at a time. It would just be there. If he wanted snack, he would sit down with a bowl of hamburger. I mean, it doesn't have, we've moved to the ribeye because we only eat 4 meals a week.
We started with lunch meat.
Yeah.
We started with
beef sticks,
cheese sticks. And it wasn't the cleanest, but it was better than having the sugar.
It was still better than where we were.
You have to start somewhere, and then you'll take it down to where once you start with the mindset of that, then you'll clean it up a little bit, and then
your taste buds will change.
Your taste buds will change.
All those sweet things that you crave, and all those all that stuff. When you eat a chip now, like there's once in a while, I can go into like a Mexican restaurant and have a chip and dip into some queso and taste it. It tastes like rancid oil. You can taste.
It's like their fryer. You need to change your fryer oil.
Change your fryer oil. Like you don't even want those things when you've only had good oils now and good fats. So your taste buds are going to change. You don't want those things like you used to.
Pork rinds instead of chips.
Yeah.
Plain
The
pork
crunch,
rinds.
pork rind, plain pork rinds.
Rock on.
You're going to get there, Chris, but I guess I'm just saying, if you want to cut to the chase is what you need to do. Yes.
Mhm.
If you get sardines in you, that's a win. If you can't right now, don't tap out. Just
Okay.
do what you can do it well.
Mhm.
We
Okay.
do a ribeye. We do a pound of liver every week when we cook our ribeyes. When we break our fast, that liver gets us through the other 4 days. I don't eat it like a meal. I just eat it.
I like it.
Ooh.
I just bite it off. It's medicine to me. You need the
Okay.
liver in you. You need the good fats in you, and you need some protein in you. So do what you can do and do it well and succeed
Okay.
at that. And then we'll push you forward.
And here's one little thing too with the liver. This will give you a little bit of idea with the fish oil capsules. Would you say how many capsules, if you take one bite of liver, it's equivalent to like 27
iron
pills?
Oh, wow.
So you're
Okay.
actually getting it from the source instead of getting a piece of the source that's been processed down to this little capsule.
And
Okay.
there's
You know what I mean?
there's still a difference. What he's talking about is a difference of hemoglobin iron, a difference of elemental iron.
Mhm.
Elemental iron comes from the ground. Okay, but it's not as readily absorbed as a hemoglobin iron. A liver's been in circulation. That hemoglobin has been in circulation. Your body will absorb like 90-something% of it.
Okay.
If you take the elemental iron, you're only absorbing like 6%. It's some crazy low.
Well, your body wasn't meant to take a pill.
And then you can't poop.
It was to take, your body was meant to take a bite.
Okay.
So take a bite of liver, a bite of liver. And I know you got kids running around in there. I'm telling you, get the liver in your kids.
Okay.
Again, someday I'm going to be able to run the brains course again, and you will understand what a healthy
Especially
hippocampus.
if you have girls.
They got to get the liver in them. And if you can't get the liver in them, that I don't push products too often, but buy the liver pills off of DrBoz's. I don't know if they're- have the liver pills.
Okay.
If you absolutely yes,
There you go.
if you can't get them in. If you can, and just, I don't mean she has to eat a plate full of liver. I don't mean that. I mean,
Couple bites.
a couple bites of liver a week will
Okay.
be tremendous for her to help her brain grow and heal. And
Most
Okay.
girls are iron deficient.
yep, as soon as they start their periods, it's going out the other end as fast as they can take it in.
Yep.
So liver is and because that's what's going to grow a healthy brain, so they can stay engaged in math and all the sciences and stuff like that, and their brains will develop in that. And it's just so many silly, easy steps that you think are no big deal, but they really are. But you have more power than you think you do, Chris. So jump in.
Okay. I appreciate the support. Thank you.
No problem. You can do it, brother.
Yep. Call us, text us if you need anything. And if you're
Yeah,
ready,
Fry
get
some
on the bacon.
bacon and cook the liver in that. Fry up some bacon, then cook the liver in the bacon grease.
Yeah. Or salt.
Okay.
Or we use our steak seasoning. We use our steak seasoning on the liver and actually fry it right next to the steak.
we throw it on the Blackstone out on the porch.
Flat iron grill and just grill
Mhm.
the
Steaks
strips of
and
it.
the liver right there on it.
It's
Oh,
good.
perfect.
Oh,
I'll have to try it. Yes.
Let us know. Reach out if we can help. And if you want that next class, I'm not sure when we're starting,
and
but
definitely, if you have a question, jump
Yes.
on the Facebook group or go to the website, either one, and ask your question. I mean, because there's a
Okay.
lot of people
Or
in
everybody's
both
different.
places,
Yeah.
and or messenger us.
Yeah.
Yes.
And
Okay.
we've got some people now. We've got enough people over in the group now. I've got enough veterans over there that if we don't get right to you, there's Wayne's there, Kevin will be there, Bug, my daughter-in-law will be there. There's people to help you with questions. So don't sit there and idle and not know what to do without reaching out.
All right. Will do. I appreciate it. Thank you.
You're welcome, hon. Come on, Melissa. Come and check in. Tell us how you're doing.
I felt bad. I was saying hi to everybody on YouTube over here in the comments, and I went right by Melissa, and I was scanning back through. Oh crap! I forgot Melissa.
That's okay. That's okay. Hi, everybody.
Hey.
I guess there's two kind of areas I wanted to talk about real quick as an encouragement and where I struggled this week. So as an encouragement, 4 months ago, I got lab work done, and I don't know if I've officially been diagnosed with a fatty liver, but had one, and my liver enzymes were elevated. And 4 months ago, one of them was 89, and now that's 66. The normal range is 0 to 32, and then
right direction.
the other one was at the high. I think the high end was 0 to 40 is what it should be, and it was 40 last time. It was 27, and then the progression, it was my hemoglobin A1C was 5.3, and it was 4 months ago 4.8.
Woohoo!
Yes,
So-
to be in a 4 with an A1C,
That's
I don't care
awesome.
what you do, girl, you're doing something right, because that ain't easy to do.
No, but I'm just really thankful, and I wanted kind of to share something as a learning experience for everyone, that I struggle with different things, but a lot of times, like on Sunday on Super Bowl, I had Doritos. I hadn't been cheated for a long time, and I felt terrible, very nauseated, and it was a mess.
Oh man.
But
Did they taste as good as you thought they would?
oh no,
See,
oh no.
they're all fried
And
and
so-
veggie and-
Yeah, no, I'm like, this is terrible. They was burning my tongue 2 hours later. I'm like, what's going on? But anyway, the point is that I do struggle with anxiety and depression, but being ketosis, it's tons better. Well, having that, I felt bad for 3 to 4 days. And I felt like what I had but I'm not saying that correctly, used to before. I'm like, how did I ever make it? Like, it was a night and day. And so it was a learning experience.
Yes.
And a good for aversion therapy.
Right?
Right?
Absolutely.
Well, your body didn't know where you had come to until you
Oh.
went back there. And so it was
Yeah.
like, hey,
Yeah.
I can't do that now.
Yeah,
You
the
know
first
better?
3 ingredients. That's right. Sorry, I don't interrupt you. But
No,
you're
you
right. You're right. Yeah, the first, I mean, there's tons of ingredients, right? Doritos, but the first 3 were corn, vegetable oil. I haven't had bad oils in forever. And then maltodextrin. That's the 3rd ingredient. And I was like, no wonder I am a mess.
Right?
Anyway, the point is that in the past, when I would quote unquote cheat or whatever, or mess up, I would just like give up, like I can't do this or whatever, and just go on. But it's like you just get right back up and get going. And so I fasted from that, and that helped. My numbers didn't look that great this week, but just get back on, get going. So, and then I also was realizing quite a bit that, like you were talking with different ones today, is that a lot of times our coping mechanisms, we always went to, or at least I went to food, right? And so, God's having that be different. Food never really solved it, just created a lot more problems,
Yep.
Right.
And so I realized that I'm feeling my feelings more and different things because I would just stuff them with food before, and deal with it that way. So it's been encouraging just that the Lord's bringing me on in that, and that encourage everyone else that, food isn't the answer. Of course we need to eat, but like Tammy said, it's nourishment, but to not have that focus, because only God can do the work. So.
And Melissa, that I'm so proud of you too, because working through anxiety and depression, those are 2 hard things to work on. And just know estrogen, progesterones, all those are fat-based hormones. So look at what happens as soon as you stop feeding them and keeping them happy. That is where all that, and I can feel the same thing. I can feel when I start getting too low and stuff. It's like, I'm just sad, I'm depressed. And instead of seeing light at the end of the tunnel, you see every problem. And just stick with it. And I'm so proud of you. First of all, the learning experience of having the Doritos and knowing you felt like crap and not enjoying them. Next Super Bowl, hopefully the Doritos won't be an issue. You won't go
They
back
won't
there,
be.
right?
They won't
Because
be,
now when you realize they don't taste good anyways, you don't want them as bad. So, but I think,
Right.
dealing with the depression and stuff like that is the same. It's like with Chris with a neuropathy, it's like, those are hardcore things to deal with. That's not just, gee, I want to lose 10 pounds of inflammation. Those are hardcore. So that's big stuff. So again, I'm just proud of you. So good job, Melissa. Nice learning
Thank you.
experience.
Oh yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay, we've all done it though, but I think again, you've made that's a
all
huge
done it.
step. I told you guys 2 years ago for my birthday, I waited all dang year for that chocolate covered caramel at the homemade caramel place down the road. I waited till my birthday. Boz says, have your sweet on your birthday, have your treat on your birthday. We got in there and I got that one little homemade chocolate covered caramel with that yummy little salt on top of it. And thought I was going to die and go to heaven for a minute. I took a bite into
Thought
that.
she was going to die. All right.
I got like an instant headache. The chocolate tasted like wax. The caramel was just geggy sweet. The only part I liked on it was the salt on the top.
You got done with that first bite. She looked at me and just
I can't even.
the horror was on her face of what it actually tastes like.
And it's like, okay, it wasn't an issue last year for my birthday, and I'm sure it won't be this year. It's just, but the progression of learning, that is healing your brain. That is the choice It's not because he told me you can't have one for your birthday. It's not because, I'm punishing myself. It's, I don't want it. I truly don't want it. And that was my treat. I didn't do it often, but that was something that was my warm fuzzy. So good job, Melissa.
Good job.
Thank
Stay.
you.
Keep going.
Yes. Donna, you want to come check in? She got her workout on. She's all good to go now.
Okay, I'm on. I just had to make sure I wasn't muted.
Hi, Donna.
Yeah, I still have half a mile. But anyway, I wanted to find out about the sardine fast because I heard Dr. Boz say you got to do sardines with oil or olive oil.
Well, first of all, it's a sardine challenge because it's not truly a fast because you're putting calories in. So we call it the sardine challenge.
Right.
But the oils that are in it, she gets the ones with the oils, so she don't have to add the oil. She just munches them up. She literally eats them out of the can. I can't do that as much. I need to add my own good fat to it because I'm not eating them out of a can. So get the ones you can. Just watch because some of the flavors have carbs in them, major carbs.
Well, I do the wild caught with water.
That's fine.
Add some fat to them.
Add some extra virgin olive oil or.
Well, I ordered 10 from Giant the other day. They'll be delivered tomorrow. But I just wanted to find out what the criteria was for the sardine fast.
The criteria is you get the menu.
You only get to eat sardines.
If you're going for a 72, first of all, the beginner level is you eat nothing but sardines for 3 days.
Okay.
Once you get cleaner and stronger in that, then you're going to go set for a clean fast. And then whatever you can't set your goal for a 72-hour clean, whatever you can't make in that, when you break, whether it be for everybody can make 36 hours, everybody should be prepped and ready. If you have to break at 48, you break with sardines to finish out the 72. So your last meal going in before you start your fast is a can of sardines. And the meal coming off of your fast is a can of sardines.
Well, according to Dr. Peltz, if you eat a can of sardines and it's less than 20 carbs, which the ones I have are 18 carbs, it doesn't knock you out of ketosis.
It may not knock you out of ketosis, but it will break your fast.
Yeah, well, I'm more concerned with the ketones. I had one sardine. I did it for 24 hours, had a sardine, and my ketones went up to 2.6.
Mm-hmm.
And that's not typically where my ketones have gone.
That's how most of us are. Yeah. It's crazy.
With the sardines?
Yep.
Good little fishies.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's what just happened on the 21-day
filling. Yeah, they're filling and they're like portion controlled. That's where.
Absolutely. That's the win.
I can eat a whole pound of hamburger.
Yep. But a little can of those sardines give you high density nutrition. So you don't need tons of them. You're not going to go order 24 ounces of sardines, but you order me a 24-ounce ribeye and I'm good.
And, I was going to say something. I think it was Brenda. I forget the lady that was talking about the 0 carb sodas. And what Dr. Berry does is he mixes, when he went to get off of them, he didn't just quit them. He actually mixed carbonated water with them so that it was just half a can. Well, like a half a glass with the carbonated water and then the soda.
That's what we do. That's what we had Deb because she's used to Diet Pepsi. So we have her mix in her Soda Stream water, just plain water with soda, make it fizzy. And anybody that's struggling with that, you just mix the pop with it.
It supposedly doesn't make it change its flavor. I've not been a pop drinker, but
either.
Yeah. So anyway. But I want my fatty liver to go down. I've got to go get my ultrasound, but I'm going to try and push it off to April. But if I do these fasts, and it's too cold here for me to really get serious about a couple-day fast, I like to do it in the heat. But, I want to get my numbers down for, because
those will be those clean fasts will be the best thing you can do for your liver. So if you can suck it up and push through the winter, it'd be perfect.
Yeah, my numbers are good, but my ultrasound still is like F2 and F3 and F4 is cirrhosis. So I don't want to go there.
What's your DBR been running?
Actually, when I did a fast, I got it down to like 39 or 40.
Good.
Yeah, but I didn't measure myself this week because, I'm usually in bed by now, so that means I had a little bit of goat cheese to eat about 7 o'clock because I just wanted something. And otherwise, if I just go to bed, then I don't have to eat in the dark. Otherwise,
Well, that's a good DBR. I would just keep your DBR nice and low is the way you're going to clean out that liver.
Yeah, I
Yep.
just didn't check it this week yet because my eating window was not as condensed as I like. I like to be done eating by 2, but yeah, it's dark here by 5. So if I eat after 5, then I already kind of screwed it up. But anyway, so I ate at 7, not a whole meal, just a couple bites, but I ate at 7. So when we're done here, I should be able to go to bed.
Good. Go get some sleep. That sleep matters too. So you'll get there. Just
Oh
slow
yeah,
and
I
steady.
had like 10 or 12 hours last night. So
Oh, good.
I've
Slow
been
and steady.
getting, yep. Anyway,
All right.
all right.
Good job.
Yep.
Have a good week.
Yep.
Come on in, bud. Come tell us how you're doing. But we got you muted still.
You gotta unmute.
There, my little arrow wouldn't move for a little bit.
Come on in. Tell us how you're doing.
3 months ago, my daily glucose readings were 225 to 250. And last week until Friday night, they've been running in the low to mid 60s.
Nice job, bud.
Good work.
But
That is awesome.
I bought some Dr. Berg electrolyte powder.
Okay.
And I took that and it jumped up to 119 because my body doesn't handle stevia. Monk fruit sweetener's fine, but stevia really affects my glucose.
There you go.
Cool that you know right there. That. So now you know anytime you eat stevia, anything with stevia in it will give you that reaction. So good
Right.
for you for knowing.
That's twice that has happened. So I know it. My body doesn't want stevia in it. It won't get it anymore. So tomorrow,
I feel for you.
I'll order that light balance that I had before. I found it on Amazon when I went to order it from the place that I used to follow for keto. They won like $22 shipping charge on it.
Oh, wow.
So Amazon has it for $2 more than what they sell it for. So
Another one that's a good one, and I'll have to find my link for this one. I haven't used it for a while. The Keto Mojo has one that's no flavor. It's just the drips. They're just drops that you put in your water. And there's it's the ones I have to use too, because there's no sweeteners in them, no flavors, no nothing.
That's a
Keto Chow or Keto Mojo?
Keto Chow has one.
Okay. I thought you said Mojo, but I might have.
Did I say Mojo? I'm sorry. Keto Chow has one. But the other thing, if you're wanting to save the money, the Redmond salt. There are so many nutrients in the Redmond salt, and it's the cheapest way to get it. Especially if the flavors affect you. This, Boz was just talking about the other day on the relay. They're raw flavors and the ones with no flavor, and it's just a bag of salt. So save the money and eat the salt, but get the Redmond salt.
When I run out of Himalayan salt, I'm going to order some Redmond.
Yeah,
that's the best. Yeah, that's the best one.
It is.
The sardines, my dad and my brother would sit there and eat can after can, and it was just disgusting to me, growing up. And I'm slowly changing my palate where I tolerate them, let's say. But I use the King Oscar Mediterranean style. It has 20 grams of fat, 1 gram of carbs.
That's good.
Cool.
And 14 grams of protein.
Nice.
That's a pretty good ratio.
Again, they're just magic what they do for you.
You got to find what works.
Your insulin, how do you know when your body shuts or slows your insulin down?
When your DBR is low, that is checked by the ratio of you having that DBR low repetitively is the sign that your insulin is coming down.
Okay, last 2 weeks it's been under a 20.
Your DBR has?
Sweet.
Yeah, I've had ketones up in the 4.5s and 5s.
Rock it out. Good job.
And last year when I was on keto with this trucking group, he lost a ton of weight on keto. I didn't lose an ounce, but we didn't track like with the chronometer. He wanted you to write everything down on a piece of paper. Well, you don't know what your carbs are or most of the time and stuff like that. So, but liver and onions, I could eat that every day, twice a day. I've always loved liver and onions.
Good job.
But everything's going good. I've lost, last time I weighed myself, it was 17 or 18 pounds.
Nice.
Good job.
Nice work.
Fitbit says I have 45 more pounds to go to my goal weight.
Nice job. Good work. Good work. Any questions, Bud? Anything we can help you with this week?
You said something about the next class. What class were you talking about?
I coach through Dr. Boz's Keto Continuum course. I kind of take people through that at a little bit slower of a pace to help your body get going and get everybody moving. And it's just kind of an accountability thing. I teach you, if you don't know the science, we can teach you the science, but it's one of those, we just accountability through with you. We do a private group class that we just get in and we talk you through and help you through, fix you through the struggles and get you up and over the hump and get your body going in the right direction.
I didn't know if maybe you'd heard something about that next class that she just got done with, 21 day.
Yeah. It's kind of similar to that, but what I do is I stretch it out over six weeks or 12 weeks. And we stretch it out so that most of us can't just jump in and do it that fast. Most of us with long-term health, we've got to build the chemistry. You got to make sure your fat-based hormones are ready. And we build that chemistry and move them forward. So we just do the same course, but it's just a little bit slower.
Okay.
A little bit. Just to help you. It's here if you need it. We can do it. Any questions? Who are we missing yet? I think this is Ruth down here in the corner. Is this Miss Ruth? Is that you? I can only see your ceiling, but I think it's you.
I think that's Miss Ruth.
There you are. Come and say hi. Hang on, you're muted, babe. Can you touch your screen and see if you can see the microphone come up? Maybe. Nope. Did that help? I send you an ask to unmute.
Okay. Yeah.
There you are. Hi. Good to see you.
Yeah.
Fill us in. How you doing? How'd the class go? How you?
I like the class very much because it just helped to secure my thoughts, and you follow through with certain things. And I watching Dr. Boz and so it was good. And the one thing that, though, after I did that, I still had some tests and things that I needed to do, and come to find out that and I don't know when I've had any kind of infection. So my urologist called me, and so now I'm on 10 days of antibiotics. But along with that, I've lost enough weight for me to have that instrument moved deeper because there's no fat there. And so I'm going to have that done on the 23rd. And so here I am, antibiotics, going to have surgery, the overnight kind of thing. But the one thing is that I've lost the weight, and in that area, it's it has to go deeper. And let's see, and then I'm going to go Monday to have my MRI so that I can figure out the rest of that story. And so I'm hoping by March, I will have a program in my mind as to what's all going on based on things that have happened in the last 6 months. And but I feel good. So this is the thing. I'm still, moving around and doing things and being part of classes. And so though that part is good. And I enjoyed I enjoyed Dr. Boz's thing, and I'm going to go down, I believe, this Tuesday. I want to go, but I'm to her class. I made it one time, but to the class, but she was starting it early, so I didn't. I didn't. So I just sat there and talked to some of the people that were there, and that was encouraging. And I will go again. I didn't go last week. I'm thinking that I will try again this week, if not definitely the following week. And I've let's see what else. I feel like I'm rambling, but I'm trying to get it all in.
How's your keto journey going? Is there anything keto wise we can help you with, Ruth?
Right now I'm going to do the sardine.
Okay.
And that's what I've decided to do during this period of time. And I'm going to do the 3 days. I started today at 3, the 3-day sardine. I did try the mackerel. Is it the mackerel or the other, one of the other, was it mackerel? No, it wasn't was it mackerel? Anyway, so that was pretty good. And the sardines and I got some smoke there, to change that flavor. So I'm just kicking and being thankful and going forward. And trying to see, after I get over this 23-day, you have to recover. And then, but I'm still staying with the sardines. I'm just gonna, hang in there with that.
That is a good base to always go back to.
Yeah,
it is. The sardines just work.
It works, and I like steaks and things like that. So I'm just gonna hang in there with those. And those were the things that I learned, and I understand. And then, the hydration, hydrating, I have to watch out for my being hydrated. When they went to take blood from me, that it showed up that, because it's hard to get the blood, it's like, I said, oh, okay, let me make sure that I drink enough water. And
you got to stay hydrated for that so they can get a video and trust you. I know all the tricks on that one.
Yeah.
That and the minerals.
Yeah.
You got to stay hydrated.
You guys got to stay hydrated. And that's the part that, all those different things coming together. But in general, I feel I'm able to do things, and I feel good, about
good.
That's good.
Her and then this program,
Good. Well, we're always happy to have you. You know that. And I'm just proud of you for going through that 21-day thing and showing up and sticking with it. It's not easy.
Yes, it's the worst part for me was getting in step with the technology. And once I got in step with the technology, it flowed very well.
You're not alone.
It throws us every day.
You are not alone. And you are not the only one that struggled in the class with that. I've coached it twice and it's just hard, but good job, Ruth. And we'll be praying for you for your upcoming surgery.
Yep. Keep it up, girl.
Is there anybody else? Can we get everything?
Thank you.
Any questions over there?
Nope. I don't think we had any questions on YouTube. They're kind of quiet tonight. I think everybody's just kind of watching.
All right, guys. Check in on the group over there, Journey to Keto, and put any questions that you have over there. And we will be in and out through the week. Let us know how we can help you. If not,
I got one question for you.
Yes.
All right, go, Rob.
Question. The sardine challenge. Is there certain windows that you can only eat them, or if you're hungry, you go ahead and eat them at any time?
Beginner level is eat them anytime you want them. To push it to the next level is eat them within your eating window. To push them to the next level is to eat them only in that 1 hour eating window if you're having to break your fast.
Okay.
So it's like tiers. You can do it at beginner level, is eat it all you want, as many a day as you want.
If you're normally 16 and 8, then you eat them within that
8
8-hour
hours.
window. If you're doing
Okay.
OMAD, you eat them within that 1-hour window.
Okay.
Then if you want to go clean, you eat them before, go clean, then eat them after.
Okay.
So there's a lot of ways to kind of spice it up, if you will.
Okay.
I have a question.
Yes.
There is a young girl in my Bible study. Well, I mean, she's probably in her 30s. She is diabetic, and she has an ulcer on the bottom, a diabetic ulcer on the bottom of her foot. And they're telling her that she doesn't have enough circulation in her leg to heal it. But, unfortunately, she eats all the wrong foods for having diabetes.
And she's had heart surgery too.
She's had a heart surgery, and she's had some very tragic things happen in her life. Just a few months ago, her 16-year-old nephew was murdered.
Oh.
And anyway, I just don't know how to approach her. I mean, my heart is to reach out to her and kind of be like, you're going to have to change things up or you're going to die, or you're going to lose that leg or whatever.
It's
But I don't-
maddening when there's family members and people that you love, but I would just approach her with love and honesty and straightforwardness. That is something she can control. And I would look at it this is, I got a family member with the same kind of thing right now.
Don't beat around the bush. Don't beat around the bush. You might as well
Because that sore-
smack her with it in the face.
If that sore on the bottom of her foot isn't healing, what do you think is going to happen when they cut it off?
It's still
That's
not
not
going
going
to
to
heal.
heal either. And and she can control it. And I think, I know mine's not as bad as an open wound or whatever, but Chris, even either of you, did you guys see the post of the picture of my foot
With
from a while ago?
the nodules on it.
Yes.
Okay. The black and blue, the nerves, the nodules, all of that stuff was so painful. And I had no open wounds. So I can't imagine
What an
trying
open
to,
wound.
yeah. But the whole key in it is that glucose has to come down for it to heal. You got to get the glucose and insulin down,
And what's frustrating is I know the doctors aren't telling her that.
No.
No, they're just going to give her
They're
more
gonna-
medicine.
more medicine.
Eat
Keep her
more-
on the system.
Eat more sugar, take more insulin. I mean, it's
Eat
And
what you
that's-
want. Eat what you want and take more insulin, basically.
And that's what she goes for all the time, I mean, at this point, I'm taking my own things to Bible study because we do have a time that we fellowship together, but she grabs all the muffins and the cakes.
pour aside.
I would be scared to stick myself with a needle that many times in a day.
Yeah, I would.
No, that don't make sense to me.
But
So just try to sit down and talk to her, and
what can she say besides no thank you?
that's
I would do it out of love. I would do
Yeah.
it out of, I want to help you. I'm on this program that I know I can help you. It's not a question if. I can give you numbers of how many people have reversed diabetes. Diabetes is, that's why I even started getting kind of not snarky, but straightforward. Diabetes is a choice. Type 2 diabetes is your choice. And that makes some people mad. And I don't mean it as a mad thing, but it's like, dang it, you can control this. Fix it. Do something. Do you want to fix it? If you want to fix it, I can help you.
And that's what I was going to tell her. If
Yep.
I
What I would say.
I can help you walk through this, but you're going to have to want it for yourself.
Yep.
Exactly.
They gotta want it and want to do it. There's all the help out there if they want to do it. But the first step is realizing they can control it and they can fix it.
If you want something different, you're going to have to go after it.
Yeah. And at 30 years old, I can't even imagine.
Yeah, when Dr. Bars and you all did the brain course, that is an education within itself to understand that your brain actually has the power, and you have the choice through your own brain. Mostly she's thinking that people separate those two kinds of things. They separate their stomach and they do all the kinds of separation. But what you learn is that it's not that separation. It is a choice that comes from your being addicted, and there's those words that people don't use for food like that. or for
Yeah.
that condition. And it's tied to the brain. It's tied to the
Absolutely.
brain.
It is.
And that's huge.
And it can
That's
be
for me.
and not necessarily even just food. It could be just that habit of using food. You know what I
Well,
mean?
the point is
Something
that the brain
deeper.
controls that.
Absolutely.
And that's the part. And that's the part that is missing.
Mhm.
So
You
Linda, I
think
would
that
try
they
to reach.
missing.
I would
Yeah.
try to reach to her, touch her heart. You know, wherever you can get emotionally connected to her, because that emotional connection with you and in her brain is what's going to give her hope. Because it's going to be totally foreign. She's going to think, "How the heck can I even do that?"
And it ain't going to be easy.
And it's not easy, and it's probably going against everybody in her household. So think of all the grace things that she needs support in. But she's going to see you sitting there succeeding, and you're still there at Bible study. You are still there enjoying yourself. You are still there. And I think just getting people to understand, first of all, it's not about the damn food. It is about the people you want to have these relationships with. And I think that is coming to the forefront more than anything, is all of us, not just cancer patients, not just diabetic patients, not just all of us. It's not about the food. This world's going crazy. It is about the good people in your life. Yeah, I mean,
She's passionate about it, just a little bit.
It's just those.
That's how I am. And,
And I think those of us that have had, we've knocked on death's door more times than we care to admit. You cut the crap. You just do. And somebody like that, but yet, it's heart-wrenching when you see a 20, 30 something year old. I mean, we got a family member that would rather have her foot cut off than deal with it.
And I'm afraid this girl might make that same choice, but again, I mean, even my son.
but you never know, because she doesn't know any different right now. Until she's presented with, hey, there's a different opportunity for you. There's a different outcome for you. You have to work at it.
And it's not if you can reverse diabetes.
No, you can.
You can reverse diabetes.
Yes. And I have in my own life. So I know.
So you're leading by example, and that's all you can do.
I would hit her with it.
Yep. Okay. I think you're doing more of an injustice to not say anything.
If it's touching your heart,
God's calling you
for something, for you to say something, don't ignore that.
Okay. You got it. Any other questions, guys? If not, we love you guys. Have a great week.
Have a great week, guys. Good luck on all your fasts.
Let us know how we can help you.
Any questions? Hit us up.
All right, guys.
All right. Okay. Bye, Chris.
Bye, Dad.